Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut, and I hope that you are well today. It's a Sunday evening, and I, the day kind of got away from me. I had a lot of catch up homework to do. We had our, anyway, I hope that everything's well with you. That's the hope. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, whether it's your first time or you've been watching for a little while. So, had a really busy week this past Wednesday. My sister and I did an online March Madness yarn sale, which went very well. I still have some things left, and I had so much to put up, and it was already like an hour and a half, and I didn't want to go any longer than that. So what I did was I put pretty much everything else up the web page on my on my website. So if you check under March Madness yarn sale, you could still grab some of the sale prices for some of the items that did not go, and for some of the things that I just didn't even get a chance to show. For example, this yarn here called Miss Me from Mirasol Yarns. This is a 100% baby alpaca, and I did not get to this at all. And I've got a bunch of colors of this that will be up on the website as well. So yeah, so definitely check it out, and see if maybe what I also do is I always include a free pattern with the sale yarn, so that if you don't have an idea of what to do with it, you have something that you can do. Also, what I did this time is everybody that ordered during the sale gets a packet of 6 assorted patterns from me. So anyway, so if you are wondering what those are about, that's your free gift for joining us for the sale. So, okay, so we did that this week, and then it was like put the brakes on. And if any of you are watching, invoices are going out this weekend, and everything will be shipping out pretty much on Monday. So just in case you're wondering about that. Let's see. And then this Wednesday, another busy week. I will be doing and my sister is going to be joining me to help me out again, is we will be doing a sample sale. And a sample sale is when I got some samples in from Knitting Fever, and there's a variety. There's some garments from Noro. There's some garments from, here, I've got my list here. Gadifra, Queensland, Jody Long, Ericunia, Ella Ray. So I will have garments from those companies, and then also I'm looking over here at my rack. I have more than 3/4 of the rack is actually garments from my shop I've been collecting, and it's like time to move some of those. And also, if you've noticed, I've been wearing this a couple times in a row now, because this yarn was a discontinued yarn from Noro, and this is the eyelet scarf, but it could also be like a shawl. And I've been enjoying wearing this because it's a 50% silk yarn, and it feels fabulous. It's a really easy pattern. One ball, 660 yards, will make this. And do I have a ball of it? No, I think I left it behind. But I am down to like a half dozen balls. And as soon as those are gone, hopefully this week, that'd be great. Maybe in time, I will put this shawl also up for sale, because I'll redo this in a current yarn, and this one I won't need anymore. So it will have served its purpose as a store sample, and will go on to somebody else for them to enjoy it. And like, I mean, they're lightly worn here in the shop. I mean, I wear them so that you can see what they look like. Um, yeah, so I have a lot of garments. So what I'll be doing is I have photographed the garments that are from Knitting Fever. They will be some just a handful up on the website because my time has been crazy this week. So I will put more samples up on the website once those are gone, because we'll do the show. It'll be up on Facebook Live like I did the other show, and that will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will run. I'd like to wrap it up 8:30, 9 o'clock at the absolute latest, but I really like to, whatever's done by 8:30 is probably going to be it. And then whatever's left, I will leave up for the rest of the week. The Knitting Fever garments will go back to Knitting Fever the beginning of the next week, and I will continue to leave my garments up on the website for shopping. Now, I have sweaters, I have vests, I have shawls, but I also have a number. I started going through the store, and I mean, I have bags of like hats and cowls and, you know, felted bags, things to show off, like this yarn. Well, I won't have any more of this yarn. There's just a bunch of garments. Like, this is a Noro yarn that is no longer. This has been a sample in my shop that will be going. This was a Nora one as well. The yarn has been gone for a while, but it was a good sample. You know, it shows you can certainly substitute other yarns for this. So anyway, and then also there'll be some woven pieces that I've done. This was with Silk Garden Light. What else? And then I'll just, you know, there'll be hats. There'll just be a great variety of things. I'm just looking here. I have some like knitted bags. There'll be a little bit of variety for everybody, but there are a lot of smaller pieces, so there'll be some really, really great buys in here. So I hope that you get a chance to check out either the live show or after the fact, and just go and look under, because right now I have the March Madness yarn sale, and then I'll have the sample sale also up on the website there for you to take a look at. So, oh, and then another thing that I never even got to, and I think these are so adorable. I had an artist friend of mine that she makes these, and a matter of fact, she made some custom ones for me to put on this cute little poncho that I actually am going to sell the poncho, because all the yarn for that was discontinued is gone. So the poncho will now be on sale. So that's how that worked. But I have these cute, adorable little pins. They're like a shawl pin, or for like a poncho or a big sweater that doesn't have any buttons. So something like that. And then I have some beautiful decorative ones that she does. And these are already up on the website under the sale things. So these are available, and these are half price. But I think these are beautiful. I should probably keep one of these for myself, like this one. I probably shouldn't even put that one up, because I think that's so pretty. But you could put it on and then these are like a Fimo clay that she paints with metallic paints, and they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. So there's a whole bunch of these there. Also, I hope this is not, I see my phone is swaying here, but hopefully you're not seeing it too bad. Then also I have some of these wooden birds that are shawl pins. I only have a few left, and I won't be carrying these any longer. I've been carrying them for a few years, but anyway, they come from Canada, gentleman that makes these. So they'll be also part of the sale. So there you go. So some fun stuff to look forward to. Let's see. Also, okay, so that's that. And let me see what else we've got going. I did not get an awful lot of knitting done at all this week. It tends to be, I either have time where I can do lots of knitting and I don't do too much computer work, or suddenly it's I got to do a whole bunch of computer work and I don't have time for knitting. So that's kind of what the week was that I had. There was a lot of stuff that had to go up online, and I just could not get much knitting done. I did, however, we were cleaning things out here in the shop, and I did find, because I couldn't find it, and I knew I wanted to get this done. I don't have very much on it. I know I showed it one other time, but I was so happy to find it, and I really want to get it done. This is from, this is an Andiamo Light. It's really wrinkled up. But I love working on this yarn. It's a wool with some alpaca in it, a worsted weight. Comes in a great big skein, and from Jody Long. And this was, I was just watching one of his podcasts this morning. Stephen West, his Dustland shawl. So it's a fun project to do, and I actually, when this is done, I would love to do, he has a cowl in this too that I would like to do. But I love the pattern. It was nice and easy. It was kind of mindless, just really easy to do a nice little knit purl pattern without too much stress. But I love, he's got the I-cord edging, which I love so much. So I'll be really happy when this is finished. And I can wear this. Of course, it'll be springtime by the time that happens. But anyway, so I was happy to find it, finally. And I was considering going to second ball, but I think I'm just going to go until I finish. Because again, so many other pressing projects that I need to attend to. All right, let me go down my list of things to talk about today and not forget about anything. Oh, okay, so I was teetering about whether I should do this or not, because my plate is pretty full, but I got a call this weekend from somebody that wanted to bring a few friends. There's the Knit-a-thon for food. And Laura Nelkins is the mastermind behind this. I think this is her 6th year doing it. If you would like to participate in this, you can make a donation on the website. You can be sponsored, get some people to sponsor you, because it's a knit-a-thon. And it's supposed to go for 12 hours, but here in the shop, it's going to be Saturday, April 5th, 10 to 5. I will offer some Zoom hours if people want to join us via Zoom. But in the shop, we'll be here 10 to 5. I have limited space, so I'm almost like half full now. It is posted up on Facebook and also as an event. If you're interested in joining us here in the shop, please call and register so I know you're expected to come. Let's see. And then if you can't make it but you'd like to join Team in Sheep's Clothing, you could just go Google. This is the easy. I'm going to put this in the notes below, but if you're want to look real fast while you're watching here, you can Google Knit for Food 2025 and the website will come up, and you can just go right on there, join my team, make a donation, get sponsored. You can read all the information about it right there. So anyway, so we're going to be participating in that. There's 4 different, and I didn't write them down, but there's 4 different programs that they will be donating to, and as of right now, they have over $200,000 has already been donated to this event. I think that's fabulous, and they have 321 teams already that have signed up for this. So I would be very excited if I get some more team members. That would be great. So anyway, so I hope you check it out. Let's see what else. And you don't even have to be a knitter to do it. You could just, just donate. That's fine, or get somebody to sponsor you. I don't know. Do you have to be a knitter? Well, I have people that are crocheting that are coming in to crochet. So as long as you are doing something crafty during this time period, you're good. Okay, so let's see what else here. I have so much work to do when I get home. I want to make not draw this out too long. What else did I want to show you? Oh, I did want to mention that if anybody was interested, but we had been out of went to back order. Oh, wrong book. The cover scarf on the Noro magazine. Both those yarns went to back order real fast. So I did get another bag in of the Seiyun color number 11 in. So if anybody would still like to get this color, I do have some in. I do only have 3 of the blue, which I'll forget. I think it's color number 8 in the other yarn, which I already forgot the name of what the other yarn is, but whatever it calls for. Hold on, let me see. Do I have it here? Ritao. So color number 8 Ritao. You need 1 of each. So I do have 3 balls of that yarn available, but that is on back order through the company right now. Okay, so the little bit of knitting that I did get done, I know people were waiting for this, and I've made a few more decisions about the little bag that I showed you last week that I had finished the knitting on. So anyway, if you notice it, you can compare it to the last one. I ended up taking the top off and reducing the stitches because I know that when I go to fold this, I knew the top was going to ruffle a little bit because I really needed to reduce those stitches because your pattern when you knit and when your pattern also when you fold is going to draw in even more, and I was afraid this would become ruffly. So I took it off and redid it. I was going to make a little handle on this, but then I realized the bag needs to be bigger. In order to make the kind of bag that I want to do, I would make it in a bulky yarn, like say a Lopi, and then, I had a brilliant idea this morning. I was going to do Lopi. Oh, no. I was going to do Lopi light. Just make it bigger. I was going to do Lopi light because then we're talking the same weight. And the carry-on. I would add a little bit to the sides of the bag, or maybe make a little insert or something to go along the side of the bag to make it wider, and I feel like the pattern's a little squished. I mean, this is how the pattern is, but I would like there to be something on the edge. Now, this is how I design. I did not design the pattern, this design. This is Caitlin Hunter's, but I mean to turn it into a bag. For me to turn it into a bag, you need to really think it through. And I thought through a few things, but I did not take into consideration. Plus, I didn't know exactly how big this was going to turn out. So if I were to do this again, if I were going to do it in the round, I did think about it, but I was getting tired of trying to figure out see how it's the same. They just about touch. There's only like 1 stitch in between. I would want on the edge here, I would want there to at least be like 4 or 5 stitches in between the flowers on the corners, on the sides of the bag. And that would have made me happier. Then that also would have made the bag a little wider. And if I used a little heavier yarn, I would love to do this in Lopi. I think it would be fabulous in Lopi. I'm just trying to think of what a bulkier yarn, you know, if you wanted to do these colors. I mean, Lopi would be great if you did it as a 2-color project. And that's like actually not a bad idea. That's actually a really great idea. I could do that. And I could still, all right. I'm still, sometimes I need to knit and do some more sampling and do some more things. I get more ideas. And then before I know it, I end up with something very different than what I thought was going to work out at the very beginning. So anyway, that's the state of this bag. I also took the bottom off because the same thing. I felt that the bottom was going to be too big. It would take, I could make it draw in more if I hand felt it. I have like the scrub boards at home. You could do that and draw it in. I just don't want to spend that kind of time on this when I know there are other things, other changes that I want to make it perfect the way that I'm envisioning it. So right now I'm thinking, you know what? This would be an absolutely adorable little not laptop, it's not that big, but like an iPad. Put your iPad in. Yeah, I think that would be cute. Or just a little teeny project bag. Because I don't think, for as much as I want to felt it, because I really don't want to be losing all the beautiful distinct pattern that I've got here, because I don't know what's going to happen depending on how much I felt it. I don't want to lose what I see here, not too much. So because of that, it's not going to be as sturdy, like the handle. I want this so that it doesn't budge, that it just is super firm. And this yarn is not going to give me that kind of felt for as much as I want to felt it, if you can understand what I'm saying about that. So anyway, so I did make a few little changes to that. So next step will be just to fold it down a little bit more, and then I'll think about what I want to do. I love the idea of Lopi. I really love that idea. Do 2 colors because I do have some Lopi. I have a green. I got it in for Christmas for somebody for stockings. I have a cream, a hunter green, and a red. That could be pretty amazing, especially if I put a couple other little colors in there. Or maybe just stick with 2 colors. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think some more about it. Okay, and then the only other little bit of knitting that I did was I needed to do a little green chiclet. So for those of you that might not have seen, plus I had to write out the pattern too. So I needed to, again, do my knitting. But for those of you that might not have seen the little spring chiclets, here they are. So I wanted to do a little green apple. Look at this one. Little apple green one. I think it's going to be totally adorable. I just didn't have time. But I'm going to do probably an orange comb on it. And then either a yellow or an orange beak on it. I think it'll be so stinking cute. And maybe do some flowers on this as well. And then we have the felted Easter baskets. And then here's our little chiclet. And the blue one. So I have a whole bunch of colors. Now these have mohair in them. Whoops. And they use a fingering sport weight. I don't know if it's really sport weight. It's fingering weight. Yarn called Delish, which is 50% silk and 50% merino, extra fine merino, which is divine. And I have to say, and then I knit it with a strand of mohair, and I'm doing them on a size 5 needle. You can, because the size doesn't really matter on this, you can even, depending on your knitting, you might want to go down to a 4, just so that when you go to stuff it, it's nice and firm. Now I'm also including lavender in the kits, so if it gives a beautiful scent, so if you want to do that. I don't know. I have to check which mohair this was. I have different uh, mohairs, and I'm using different ones because some colors work better, are better suited than other colors are from other companies. And this mohair, I don't know if you could see it, but the hairiness on it, if you could see that, it's probably better against my sleeve. Oh, I don't know how well you can see it. Um, but the hairiness on this is amazing. And the silkiness, I think I actually know what scarf I want to do with this. Um, I have to look it up because I can't, it was the one, I don't know if it's Pearl Soho that does it. Maybe it's Pearl Soho. I might have been thinking Petite Knits. But anyway, it goes from corner, and then you change color halfway, and then you decrease the other corner. So then when you put it on, it's half one color, half the other. This would be totally amazing in this yarn. Two different bright, because I was looking at this yarn and thinking, this would make an amazing summer scarf, even if you didn't put the mohair in it. But the colors are just unbelievable. I have this orange too that's totally amazing. The orange. Yeah, so anyway, so I've got that in my mind too, that I would love to do something. And one of my yarn reps, the Barocco yarn rep, Anja, stopped in, and she was wearing, oh, the sweater, 3/4 sleeve sweater, very simple little shape, kind of semi-cropped, and it had such beautiful drape and flow. It reminded me of my, it was 2 strands of mohair put together, and reminded me, just grab this really fast, of my scarf here, the drapiness of it, and the lightness, um, made me want to make that, even though I'm not. I might have to try double strands of mohair. Maybe I'll surprise myself and find it amazing to work with. So I might have to do that. But yeah, I just, even my sister was crazy about this. She thought it was wonderful. She thought the color was amazing because it goes with everything. And it's a stunner. So, okay. So that was pretty much, I'm trying to think, was there anything else that I knitted on this week? And I finished up, I really didn't do much else other knitting. I really didn't. So hopefully, I'm not holding up much hope that I'll get too much more done this week, because I have so much computer stuff to do. But then the other thought was, I'm hoping to find them. I had purchased some little charms, little gemstone charms to put on uh, the chiclets. And originally, I had a customer that had made these for me. Now, these are, oh, some of these are place markers. And they have the little beads. But I thought, wouldn't that be cute somehow? Well, I was thinking of putting like a little pearl necklace, and then this could go on there. But I don't know. I just never warmed up to the whole. I love the idea, but I just couldn't see how I could make it that it worked and it looked great. But that's where I ended up doing the embroidery, because I thought that would work great. But these are just so wonderful anyway, because everybody that comes in and feels them, they're just like, oh my God, they're so soft, so squeezable. I had people, even my sister, who was not interested at all in making a chiclet, that said she has a little granddaughter, and she's like, I think I need to make one for Emmy. And I think she does. So anyway, yeah. So kits are going out for these. And what else did I want to talk about today? I think I pretty much got to everything. Okay, last thing. Let me just, there's some water here. I'm really working on trying to get my water intake increasing my water intake. Okay. And then local yarn shop day. It's coming up, so as soon as we get through all these other things that are happening, then local yarn shop day or weekend, we do this 26th and the 27th, the last weekend of April, and we're gonna be doing some fun stuff here in the shop during the weekend, and also um, doing it on the website too. So there'll be specials, there'll be giveaways. Um, yeah. So anybody that makes purchases during the local yarn shop weekend will be getting like gifts with their purchases. Uh, since you can't make it here in the shop, there'll be special projects that that are just for local yarn shop day. So I'm excited to unveil those the week of the weekend. So for those of you that want to order can. But I guess that's about it. So anyway, I hope that you can join me for the sample sale, or at least just join us, get your knitting, and just watch and just see what's going to be available. It might hopefully just be another way to spend a knitting evening, but with my sister and myself. So anyway, that would be nice if you could join us. So otherwise, I will see you again next week. Thank you so much for watching, and you all take really good care. Thanks. Bye bye.